Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Atsuo Yanagisawa, and I'm very happy to being with you, and thank you for invite me, and Dr. Michel Manuel, and Dr. Homer Lee. Thank you very much. And good thing is this is the first, and I'm very honored to be a first speaker of the first international scientific conference. And bad thing is, program committee changed my presentation before the lunch to after the lunch. So please do not sleep, do not make a nap time during my presentations. Okay. My topics is intravenous vitamin therapy in Japan. Before my presentation, I'd like to introduce myself. I have my own clinic of the integrated medicine, Speak Salon Medical Clinic. This is a photograph of the entrance of my clinic. Very Japanese touch and relaxing space for the cancer patient. This clinic is located in the Kamakura city, 30 kilometers from the center of the Tokyo, Japan. I am president of the Japanese College of Intravenous Therapy and the International Society for Osmotic Medicine. I have interesting about the chelation, the vitamin C IV. And I am cardiologist. But I have, when it was 10 years ago, I left from university careers and begin to is integrated medicine. Okay. Today's topic is intravenous high-dose vitamin C therapy for cancer patients in Japan. And second topic is nutrition supplements along with IVC for cancer treatments. IVC means intravenous vitamin C therapy. This graph shows a survival curve of the breast cancer stage 3 and 4. Vertical line is percent survival, and horizontal line in the years. So this is a survival curve in Japan. And bottom graph shows breast cancer survival curve of 100 years ago. This graph has come from the British Medical Journal in 1962. 100 years ago, there was no chemotherapies, no radiations, and few operations. So if the patient was diagnosed with breast cancer, means already stage 3 and 4. And now up-to-date modern cancer therapy shows radiation and chemotherapy. I think that this curve is quite similar, and I would like to move the bottom line to up. So, in the patient is stage 3 and 4 breast cancer, survival curve is better in 100 years ago. So we have to think about another option for our patients, because patients is our priorities. Now I would like to talk about an IV vitamin C. This Newsweek's magazines was published last year in September. This is Donald Trump. This is in Japanese, Black History of the Donald Trump. He was not the president. Okay. This is an news. We send the articles to the Newsweek's magazine, Japanese editions, and we say intravenous vitamin C is a minimally invasive treatment for cancer patients. So patients is our priorities, and we have to always think about the patients, not harmful, and more minimally invasive treatment we have to choose. So what comes from the intravenous vitamin C is 1976. Doctors Evan Cameron and Dr. Linus Pauling. Dr. Linus Pauling is 2 Nobel Prize winner. They conducted the clinical study of vitamin C for cancer patients in mainly stage 4. They recruited 100 patients with terminal cancer, and they treated patients IV vitamin C 10 grams per day for 10 days, and thereafter continuous taking the oral vitamin C 10 grams. And control subject was 1,000 patients with terminal cancer, and results is amazing. Survival period was 4.2 times longer in vitamin C treated patients. This slide shows a survival curve of the percent survival and survival time of the days. And this is a control. Most of the terminal cancer patients died within 1 year. And this line is a study group of terminal cancer patients treated with IV and oral vitamin C. So survival curve has improved, and this area, and compared with this area, 4.2 times more more large area means 4.2 times more survival in patients with vitamin C treatment. This is a colon cancer, is the same. This is a control, and this is patients. And this is stomach cancer, and lung cancer, and breast cancer. And listen, look, most of the patients died, but patients treated with vitamin C survival, some ratios of patients still survive. And kidney cancer, rectal cancer, blood cancer, and ovary cancer. This study was mostly 35 years ago. Now, however, the group of the Mayo Clinic, Dr. Cregan and Metter treated terminal cancer patients using only 2 months treatment using 10 grams of the vitamin C without IV vitamin C, and they showed no benefit. According to these studies published in the famous New England Journal of Medicine, the medical scientists lost the interest about vitamin C for cancer treatment. However, the group of Dr. Linus Pauling still working for the revenge. In 2005, 12 years ago, one article published from the National Institute of Health, NIH, National Cancer Institute and the FDA in the United States. In the Journal of PNAS, and title is Pharmacologic Ascorbic Acid Concentrations Selectively Kill Cancer Cells. Action as a prodrug to deliver hydrogen peroxide to tissues. In the cell culture, high concentration of ascorbic acid kills cancer cells in human and normal and mouse cancer cells. On the other hand, human normal cells did not harmed by the high dose ascorbic acid. And they show the mechanism. Once ascorbic acid infused in the blood stream and electrin delivered and phantom reactions causing hydrogen peroxide. However, most of the normal cells has a catalase and neutralize hydrogen peroxide to water and oxygen. So high-dose ascorbic acid does not harm normal cells because normal cells has enough amount of catalase. However, tumor cells, most of the tumor cells has a very low catalase. So electron released and phantom reaction causing hydrogen peroxide, and this hydrogen peroxide enters the cancer cells and damages the DNAs and disturbs the glycolysis and glycolytic mechanisms, and also damages the mitochondria and decrease the production of ATP and lead to apoptosis. So this is the mechanism of high-dose vitamin C induced selective cancer cell death. It was 11 years ago, I treated my first patients of malignant lymphoma using IV vitamin C. And that time, CBS News for news shows and topics of the IV vitamin C for killing, to cure the cancer patient.
On the Health Watch tonight, doctors are now using a popular vitamin once thought to cure the common cold to treat cancer. It's vitamin C, and some patients claim it has turned their lives around. But as Dr. Malika Marshall says this alternative therapy is not without controversy.
Everybody assumes that, you're lucky if you're going to make it a year.
When Denise McCabe was diagnosed with breast cancer, there was little hope, and the intensive chemotherapy was debilitating.
I couldn't get off the couch. I decided I have to do something.
What she did was try an alternative therapy. Massive doses of vitamin C administered intravenously.
It just would make me have a little bit more energy, and I felt better.
And there's more.
And I started to notice my cancer markers were dropping.
Helen Kwok believes intravenous vitamin C saved her mother's life. After chemotherapy and radiation, her mother lost 70 pounds in less than 2 months.
I thought she was going to die.
But after just a few intravenous vitamin C sessions,
she has so much energy, I just couldn't believe it.
Dr. Glenn Rothfeld, an Arlington physician, offers his patients intravenous vitamin C, usually in combination with traditional treatments.
In a number of our patients, although certainly not all, it has seemed to arrest or slow down the progression of their cancer.
The key is the delivery system. The intravenous injections have the vitamin C equivalent of 500 oranges, and it goes directly into the bloodstream.
When you use vitamin C in very high doses in the test tube, it kills cancer cells.
But others in the medical field have their doubts.
There's really been no study that has shown a significant impact on cancer.
MGH oncologist Dr. Richard Penson says what is successful in the lab most often does not translate to success in humans.
If you are pursuing unrealistic things, there's a chance that you may not pursue better options.
But Denise McCabe disagrees.
When you think about it, pretty amazing.
That's because she believes she's here today and enjoying life again because of something as simple as vitamin C. I'm Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS 4 News.
This news was released about 11 to 12 years ago. Now, there's many clinical trials of IV vitamin C for cancer patients. So lung cancer in Iowa universities, stomach cancer in Southern universities, and colon cancers and pancreatic cancers, liver cancers, breast cancer, and ovary cancers. And some has already have results and published papers. Also, the prostate cancer and Copenhagen University and Johns Hopkins, lymphoma with Jefferson University and Tokai University, Japan, and brain tumor and safeties. And quality of life study was conducted our association with Japanese College for Intravenous Therapy and chemo-resistant and McGill University in Canada, and terminal solid tumor in CTA in Chicago. So I chose some papers. In this paper, entitled High Dose Peritoneal Ascorbic Enhanced Chemosensitive of Ovarian Cancer and Reduced Toxicity of Chemotherapy, was come from the Kansas University on National Institute of Health, United States. So vitamin C kills, this is a cell viability that kills the cancer cells, and also carboproteins, the chemo agents, kills the cancer cells. And the combination is vitamin C in the carboprotein shows a significant killing effect of cancer cells. Also, in humans, in the combination of the carboprotein and paclitaxel, its median survival is 16.75 months, and when combination with vitamin C is 25.5 months, a more longer survival, about more than 150%. Also surprisingly, the intravenous vitamin C reduces the toxicity of the chemotherapy. Means this is a grade 1 adverse effect of the this combination chemotherapy. And this is combination with IV vitamin C. So IV vitamin C reduces the toxicity, also decrease adverse effect of the chemotherapies. In conclusion, the combination of vitamin C with chemotherapeutic agents, carboplatin and paclitaxel significantly inhibited ovarian cancer in mouse models, and intravenous vitamin C reduced chemotherapy-associated adverse effects in patients with ovarian cancer. So it was 2014 in February. Immediately after the published these articles, many news, for example, British broadcast, CNN, and many broadcasts distributed this news. Vitamin C gives chemotherapy a boost. I counted the number as more than 200. However, this news did not come to Japan. I'm not sure, but I do not see this news in Japanese. So maybe we have some barrier or some influence on the big pharma or something. A very strange country in Japan. Also, this year in April, Journal of the Cancer Cell, Medical Journal of the Cancer Cells, just the impact factor is more than 20. This is the mainstream, the big journal, published a study from the Iowa University. They show the mechanism of the effect of the killing effect of the IV vitamin C. Also, they show the effects of IVC in patients with glioblastoma. This survival curve is 2005 of another group, and also they add the IV vitamin C, and this is a survival curve. Number is small, but significantly improves the survival curve. After this journal published, the mainstream doctors changed slightly, and some doctors call me and please teach him of how to do an IV vitamin C therapy for his cancer patient. We Japanese College for Intravenous Therapy conducted a clinical study, already published with journals. The title is High Dose Intravenous Vitamin C Improve Quality of Life in Cancer Patients. We have more than 700 physicians, and this study was organized by 140 clinics and 5 hospitals, and recruited 60 cancer patients who had no history of IV vitamin C. And we evaluate using EORTC QLQC30 of surveys and using Riordan IBC protocol. This is Riordan IBC standard infusion protocol. I'll show you later anyway. Using the IV vitamin C and sterile water, and this is magnesium chloride and how to infuse. We recruited 60 patients with cancer and a variety of cancers, and some patients has chemo, and some patients radiations, and surgical and chemo. The result was, when compared with before and 4 weeks after IVC treatment, total quality of life scores is significantly increased from 45 to 61. In the measurement of functional scales, all of the physical function, role function, emotional functions, cognitive function, the social function showed a significantly increase of scales 4 weeks after IVC treatment. In symptom scales, scores of fatigue, and pain, and insomnia and constipation and financial difficulties are significantly decreased after IVC treatment. So functional difficulties means cancer patients can go back to his work and getting some incomes. And this is very important factor of quality of life in cancer patients. So IV vitamin C improves the financial difficulties. This is physicians' evaluations. 47% of the patients improves the quality of life in 2 weeks, and 60% of the patients improved at 4 weeks. So conclusion is we evaluated 60 patients. If it's for quality of life measurement and global healthy quality of life scales improved, functional scale improved, and symptom scale also improved. And physician reports shows that 60% of the patients improved the quality of life after IVC, while 35% was unchanged and 5% worsened. So intravenous vitamin C can be considered as a safe and effective therapy to improve quality of life in cancer patients. We also conducted doctor choice on their own cancer treatment. From the 2000, we have this survey 6 years ago, 2010, and this is new data from the 2016 survey of 339 doctors in Japan. Purpose of the study is most of the patients who are diagnosed with cancer must choose from limited options of standard therapy suggested by the oncologist. Among standard therapy options, chemotherapy has strong adverse reactions and drastically lowers quality of life. Sometimes it is difficult for patients to make decisions because chemotherapy often fails to improve conditions where cancer can recur even if the treatment works. Therefore, we conducted a survey on doctors who have rich knowledge of medicine about the choices they would make if they were diagnosed cancer. We sent an email to 650 members of the Japanese College of Intravenous Therapy and asked to fill out the questionnaire built on the web. We also asked the JCIT members to look for non-member fellows of physician dentists who replied the same questionnaire on the web. So, style of practice, most of the doctors is 77% is private clinic and others in hospitals. And style of practice, and oncologist is only 4%. And oncologist from non-standard and integrative oncologist is 5%. And non-oncologist is 91%. Question 1. Assumes that you are diagnosed with cancer and have to select anti-cancer agent for chemotherapy. Which of the following items would you give high priority to? Please choose 3 items from the followings. It is amazing. Severity of the adverse reaction is 77%. This is a real world of the cancer therapies because other diseases, patients would like to concern about the response rate or extension of survival was. However, about the chemotherapies, even doctors are afraid to adverse effects of the chemotherapies. Would you undergo chemotherapy if you are diagnosed with cancer, for which radical surgery is not possible, and chemotherapy is the only treatment options? In Japan, I would take chemotherapy 58%. I'm not sure this is quite high or low. And 44% of the doctors said no. When I present this data in the United States, a conference in last year, and I asked the attendants, and do you take some chemotherapy when you are cancer? And only one hand, young doctors, raise a hand. And may I ask you the question? If you are yes, please raise a hand. Would you undergo the chemotherapy if you have a cancer? Yes. And answer one, no is how many? Thank you. Anyways, 60% of the Japanese doctor thinking about to take the cancer chemotherapy, but 40% said no. And question 3, would you undergo non-standard therapy if you are diagnosed with cancer? 89% of the doctors said yes. And 11% of the doctors no. Okay, almost 90% of the patients, doctors choose non-standard therapy, I mean integrative cancer therapies. So we have the list of the non-standard therapies. High-dose intravenous vitamin therapy, 68%, immunotherapy, 50%, and nutrition supplements, 42%, nutrition therapy, 29%, and hypothermia, and palliative care, and etc. And others, gene therapies and home medical care, and etc. Some of the music therapy and yogas. In conclusions, 62% of doctors in Japan said that they would choose a first-line chemotherapy if they were diagnosed with cancer. And 92% of the doctors would undergo non-standard cancer therapy along with or without standard therapy. And conclusion is, for the patients, oncologists should choose not only treatment with chemotherapy, but also therapeutic option without chemotherapy. Moreover, oncologists also should show patients non-standard therapies such as IVC, immunotherapy, etc. Now back to the IV vitamin C therapies. This is published articles in the journal, Canadian Medical Association Journal in 2006. Intravenous administration of vitamin C as a cancer therapy, 3 cases. And 3 cases, renal cancer, blood cancer, and malignant lymphomas. This study was come from the National Institute of Health, National Cancer Institute, and McGill University in Canada. This patient with renal cancer, this is 1 month. This is 1 month after the IVC treatment. There was several metastases of the lung, and 7 months after IVC treatment, only 1 metastasis and the other was disappeared. This slide shows breast cancer. This is my case. She has an operation, but 2 years later, lung metastasis was found, and she received 50 grams of IV vitamin C once a week. She came from 160 kilometers far from my clinic, and she came to my clinic once a week. And almost 5 months later, only one, maybe mostly consolidated anyway, lung metastasis disappeared. Now in 2017, she is free from the cancer. This patient is a stomach cancer, is very impressive. 5 years ago, she was diagnosed with a stomach cancer and received gastrectomy and chemotherapy. However, metastasis of the liver and bone was found 4 years later, and she complained main pain and at multiple regions. And these metastases I show you. At the time of 55 years old, he has only 24 kilograms with multiple organ metastasis, and she received 62.5 grams IV vitamin C twice a week. And 3 years later, now she recovered and free from cancer. And now she is 63 years old. She receives every 10 days or twice a month, she received 62.5 grams IV vitamin C. And she is very free from, this is quite, is 55 years old, but quite old lady. And this is 58. Looks more younger, and this is the anti-aging effect of the vitamin C. I would like to introduce an intravenous vitamin C for cancer therapy, Riordan IVC protocol. This protocol was developed by Dr. Hugh Riordan, and you can find the Riordan IVC protocol by Google search in the Philippines, just typing Riordan IVC protocol. What's the indication of the IVC? Patients who have failed to standard therapies, enhance the effectiveness of standard therapies, reduce side effects of standard therapies. Patients who refuse a standard therapy and wish to receive alternative treatment or integrative treatment. Prolonged remission period, also prevention of metastasis. What is the type of cancer for IVC indication? I think this is a part of the cancer, and patients at any stage and any type of cancer can try intravenous vitamin C therapy. Contraindications of the IVC is G6PD deficiencies. Sorry, this is mistyping. And G6PD deficiency is very sensitive blood cell membrane. And if you infuse the high dose of vitamin C in patients with G6PD deficiency, and accidentally hemolytic anemia occurred. So you should measure the level of the G6PD levels before starting IVC. In Japan, we measure some GSPD in bedside, and needs only 4 minutes. I can results of the levels of GSPD. Severe congestive heart failure is also contraindications because this is an infusion treatment in the water overload, fluid overload. Also, vitamin C, injected vitamin C vials has lots of sodium because vitamin C is very acid and should neutralize using sodium hydroxide. So patients with severe congestive heart failure, you cannot use IV vitamin C. But after treatment, after the treatment and the congestive heart failure was stable, you can try IV vitamin C and gradually increase the dose. And you should check up the patient's body weight in the morning. And if the body weight increase, to stop the IVC treatment. Vitamin C excrete from the kidney, so renal insufficiency or failure, you have to check it, you have to consider and caution of the patient. You can try IBC treatment, but start a very, very low dose and check the measurement of the plasma level of the vitamin C. This is IBC plot, Leoden IBC protocol. You can obtain the website. This is the vitamin C dose, and this is dilution type. We usually use sterile water, and you should add magnesium chloride or magnesium sulfate because to using the magnesium to avoid the vein pain, is a pain in the injection site. And this is the infusion time, and osmolarity is in the infusion bags. So let's start the IVC therapy. Begin with a series of the 3 consecutive IVC infusion at a 15, 25, and 50 gram dosage. Measure post-IVC plasma levels of the vitamin C. And find the IVC dosage that gets a patient to a post-IVC therapeutic range of 350 to 400 milligram per deciliter. This range is optical range of the killing the cancer cells. And next is the topics is the nutrition supplements along with IBC for cancer patients. It was the end of the 1950s. Dr. Abraham Hoffa, he's a very famous psychiatrist in Canada. He treats a patient with depression and schizophrenia using the vitamin B3 and vitamin C and other nutrients. One day, 60-year-old gentleman who has lung cancer, he has suffered depression and visited Dr. Hoffa's clinic. Dr. Hoffa prescribes 2 grams of niacin vitamin B3 and 2 grams of vitamin C. And 2 months later, patients' depression improved. And 1 year after, lung cancer disappeared. And Dr. Hoffa believes that maybe nutrition supplements is very important for curing the cancer. So he's conducting the studies is variety of the cancers. This is a survival curve of the standard therapies, and also is 52, and the standard on osmolecular vitamin C and vitamin B supplements in 457 patients, and survival curve is improved. So nutritious supplements and diet is very fundamental for treatment of the cancer patients. So you can find many books, Osmolecular Medicine for Everyone by Eber Hoffer and Dr. Andrew Soul, Dr. Hoffer and Dr. Andrew Soul. And I did write one is I Have a Cancer, What Should I Do? By Michael J. Gonzalez and Andrew Soul. And there are many good books for osmolecular medicine treatment for cancer. So osmolecular basic nutrient supplements for cancer patients with vitamin B, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and vitamin C, and vitamin D3 is important, and selenium, lipoic acid, and zinc and magnesium, etc. And also my topic also adds some vitamin A, E, and coenzyme Q10, and probiotics, and omega-3s. And my recent topic is salbestrol. And salbestrol is nutritious supplements. Salbestrol is a nutritious plant phytopolyphenols from fruits and vegetables and herbs, but only can find organic vegetables and fruits and without pesticide and chemicals. You know, some fungus come to the fruit's surface and stimulate to produce sensitizes salbestrols in just under the skin of the fruits and vegetables. And also looking, I have to talk about CYP1B1. This protein is overexpressed in all types of the cancer cells. And this is confirmed by the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Boston, United States. This CYP1B1 proteins has a combination with salbestrols has this amazing effect. Once salbestrols come to the cells, and CYP1B1 metabolizes salbestrol into cancer-killing substances. On the other hand, normal cells has no CYP1B1 and does not harm normal cells. So, nutrition, organic food, and diet is very important and very fundamental for the cancer patients. We have to educate the patients to change their diet and modification for the lifestyles. There is always a key to stop the progression of cancer, and it might not be limited to a single key. It could very well be two or more. Each time a key is discovered, the progression of a cancer can be curtailed. It is our responsibility to work step by step with our patients to discover these keys. These keys include proper nutrition, diet, immune system mobilization, stress management, spiritual well-being. Then after, IV vitamin C, lipoic acid, and erythrocytes. As a physician, on a quest for these keys, we must work with the families to impart courage and hope upon our patients for the entirety of their long and arduous journey. Now I would like to introduce our associations, Japanese College for Intravenous Therapy. JCIT established in 2007, so this year is 10th year anniversary. President is me, and now there are over 700 members practicing IV therapy and nutrient therapy. Our mission is to contribute to people's health by creating a society where everyone can choose to get safe and effective osmolar IV therapies. And main activity is educating doctors and the society. This is our JCIT board members in 2016. I think Dr. Levy is somewhere, yes, here. Yes. And Dr. Levy, we invited in this September, and we organized an IVC Academy of the Ryodan Clinic in Tokyo, September 22, and simultaneously in the English translations. We have more than 20 educational seminars every year, and we shows a variety of IV therapy, not only IV therapy, also nutrition therapies, vitamin C, Myers, and EDT chelation, glutathione, lipoic acid, ozone, and other nutrition cocktails. The members now every year increase, and this last month we over more than 700. We have the IVC network in Japan. We have members' website, and we are communicating each doctors in the website. We have the global network project. Patients move across borders, and it can be a short trip of a cancer patient with family, or can be a long stay for business. And when they travel, they want to get the same IV treatment wherever they are. The project is to build a large-scale global network of practitioners in which we can introduce each other to the patients in need. Now established in Japan. Now move to the international network. As I told you, we have the 10 years anniversary, and we have to think about the next 10 years. This is our catchphrase, slogan, New Age Medicine. New Age Medicine means patient-centered medicine. And we are free from government. We are free from the medical associations. We are free from big pharmacy. And so we always think about patients to give the patients non-harmful and more well-being therapies. So let us work together to make the world a better, healthier, and safer place, one country at a time. Hope for a long-lasting friendship between Philippines and Japan, and all of our integrative medical doctors. Thank you very much.